What is up? I'm sure everybody's got rookie drafts going on right now. We all got rookie drafts going on right now. So what's going on? What are you guys up to? Who do you got in your rookie drafts? We'll talk rookies. We'll talk rookie drafts. We've got a rookie mock draft that we are doing in about an hour. So we'll start that off at 11. And I'll throw the link here in the chat. So whoever wants to hop in, I think we got like four spots left, I think. So yeah, hop in. What's good to everybody? Try and get everybody to come to YouTube, but Stranger, what up? Who Dey? Absolutely fantastic, amazing news that I never thought I would live to see today. What's good? What up, Daniel Berry? In the house. Kev, what up, Kev? Drafting like 4 rookie drafts right now. I feel you. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. I think I've got 4 or 5 going on right now. Discord is lit, Stevie. Good, Kev. We're starting to get more people in there. There's still not a ton of people in there. And every time I post it on either Instagram or Facebook, they take it down. They take it down every time. So like it's hard for me to get people in there because it gets taken down quickly. So if anybody needs the Discord chat, let me know. I'll put that actually. Let me see if I can put that in the comments, or if somebody can, Kev, maybe if you can just link me. I don't know if it even let you actually. But it is on any of my videos that I have that are on YouTube. So go to any of my videos in the description. You will see the Discord chat link in there. Sports Sequence, what up? What's goody, Sports Sequence? Marty, what's good, Marty? Derek in the building. What up, Derek? And Kyler and the 301 for the 106, and Russell Wilson in Dynasty PPR Superflex start 8. Kyler and the 301 for the 106, and Russell Wilson in the Superflex. Okay, yeah, I'll take Kyler. It's a start 8. So yeah, I'll take Kyler there at that 106. That's good. I like that. Salute, Derek. What's good? Didn't you see they are changing marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3? No, I did not see that, so I did not. Robert Shannon, what up, Robert? What's goody? Derek. Everybody in the chat today. But yeah, what y'all got? What y'all got going on? We're just talking rookies. We'll do a rookie draft in a little bit. Make sure you hop in. I think I put in the chat there already. Yep. So we still got some slots. 1, 2. We still got 3 slots left for the rookie draft that we will do at 11. Let me actually fix this up so it's 4 rounds. Boom. Yeah, rookie drafts are going like crazy right now. Zay Jones could be a Viking shortly. Oh, really? I mean, I'll take him. I'll take him. We could use somebody. I mean, we lost Osborne. So I wouldn't mind him. A little veteran wide receiver. I don't think he'll do much for fantasy, but just NFL wise for the team, you know. I'm on the clock in the 19. Oh shit. All right, let's check it out. Where we at? Okay, so on the clock in the 19. Let me see if I can pull this up. Show you what we're working with here. All right, so it's my pick here at the 4-1. And you know, the one thing that sucks about like being a content creator, like and being in leagues with everybody. Like everybody takes my guys. Everybody takes my guys that I like. Brandon Rice, Baker still here, Malik Washington. We're in the 4th round now. This is IDP, so there's 7 rounds. Bucky, Ray Davis still there. Dylan Love, a couple different guys here, but I'm gonna go with the defensive guy. I'm gonna go from Michigan that goes to Chicago. Tell me what you guys think. Mm. After that move, I'm starting Lamar, Brees, JT, CD, Ayuk, DK, Achan, and Kyler. Okay. Okay. Achan is tough because he's gonna be like he's gonna be hit or miss in the start 8. Maybe you can try and upgrade. Like, who do you have on your bench? You know? Yeah, I mean they should. They should have a long time ago. How good JJ gonna be this year? Well, they've already said that they're not going to they already said they're not going to like throw him into the fire. So like Sam Darnold is probably gonna be the starter for at least the first few games. I mean, we'll see. I mean, if we're winning, maybe JJ doesn't have to play yet. I mean, they don't want to rush him into it. So we'll see. I mean, if we're losing, then obviously they're gonna want us to throw him into the fire. So we shall see. Remember, so it's got the 2nd overall pick. I think Harrison Jr. is going first. I'm thinking about taking Daniels over Caleb. Thoughts? No, I'm not taking Daniels over Caleb. I think Caleb is safe. Like Daniels has great upside, but Caleb's got like that same-ish upside. I mean, obviously he don't run as much as Jaden Daniels, but he's a much better passer and he's got a ton of weapons. So, I'm not taking the chance on JD ahead of Caleb. I won't do that. You want to take him as a 2nd quarterback off the board, then that's fine. But I'm not taking him over. I'm not taking him over Caleb. DP said, "Do you think Keaton Mitchell still holds value?" He does somewhat. I mean, obviously you're behind Derrick Henry, but he just tore his shit. So is he going to be okay this season coming back? Which is another reason why I like Rasheen Ali so much. Like, how healthy can we expect Keaton Mitchell to be? And does he stay healthy? And does Derrick Henry stay healthy? So I think he's still somewhat valuable. Like, nobody's really giving you anything for him. He's kind of somebody you just have to hold. I like Peyton Wilson. I like him too. I like him too. PB Dubs. What up, PB Dubs? Trevin Wallace. Yeah, there's a few guys. There's a few guys that I like. Yeah, I'm happy for my Vikes too. I'm happy like we didn't have to move up. Like we didn't move all the way up to like the 3rd or 4th pick. Like I'm happy we didn't spend that capital. Like we were able to get JJ late. Oh, DKHN. Okay. Forget to include Pitts Ferguson. 103, 109, 111, 112, 206. Yeah, if you want to take neighbors, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm just I'm tearing up everywhere else. That's a good idea, especially in a start 8. Like it's exactly what you need to be doing. So that's good. Bogey in the building. What up, Bogey? What's good? I fucked up on some of my rookie draft today. Uh-oh. I was at work all day and had to make quick decisions. Well, what did you have to do, Song? Tell us about it. What'd you do? What do you think was a bad decision? It's not always a bad decision if you make it quick. Sometimes, our initial thoughts are the better ones. Then we start thinking about it too much, and we make mistakes. But yeah, what did you wind up doing? I was surprised Brock Bowers fell to my Raiders in the 1st. Shocked Atlanta took Penix at 8. Yeah, I mean, I think we're all kind of shocked that the Raiders took Bowers also. I mean, after having Mayer, it's like, what's going on there? Unless we're seeing some kind of, Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez type type offense. Like, I don't know. I was shocked at the Penix pick too, but at the same time, like, I'm not like that surprised. Like, Penix was awesome. Like, I think we underestimated Penix, and he was a top QB until obviously that championship game. So, I think he was the second best quarterback. And the NFL kind of, some other teams almost felt that way too. So they wound up taking him early. You don't know what's going to happen with Kirk, right? What happens after that? Kirk's not playing all 4 years. I can probably almost guarantee you that. Do they get off of him after year 1, after year 2, right? Do they make the playoffs? Are they successful in the playoffs? So they win a playoff game? Because if they don't make the playoffs or they don't win a playoff game, like, we could be seeing Penix sooner. We could be seeing Penix sooner, so I like it. And everybody has a problem with it now until Penix actually gets in there with these great wide receivers and tight end and running back, right? Once he finally gets in there, he's gonna be worth a ton, and if they do wind up winning, get into the playoffs, winning a playoff game, at that point, like, it's gonna be worth it. Everybody said Jordan Love wasn't worth it. Now, granted, he got picked in the back end of the first round, which was a little bit different, but at the same time, like, now years later, okay, it's paying off. When quarterbacks sit, they tend to work out a lot better than when not sitting, as we see with some of these guys. Garrett, what up, Garrett? I took Roman Wilson over Corley. Was I crazy at the 211? No, I might be taking Wilson over Corley. I think I have him over Corley already, actually. Like, I like Corley, but he's a very much more of a, like, gadgety, have to, like, manufacture touches kinda guy. Like, everything's around the line of scrimmage, behind the line of scrimmage. Now, can that bode well for the New York Jets, like, this first year or 2 with Aaron Rodgers? Like, yes, like, it could. It could, but I don't know about the long-term prospects. And even in the short term, he's still kind of a little bit question marky. He's just a little bit more of a gadgety type guy, I think. Like, if he can start running, like, real routes downfield and get targeted, maybe I'm underestimating him a little bit, but I'm a little bit lower on Corley than some. League isn't really active right now, so it's frustrating. I'm trying to attach picks to DK, Hollywood, or Ridley to get Puka, AJ Brown, and Amon-Ra. Yeah, and because it's so shallow, you might have to overpay. Like, you might have to be paying more than what you really think that it's worth because it's so shallow. So keep that in mind. What do I think of Sanat? I like him. I like Sanat. Senate, however you say it. I mean, I'm not crazy about him, but he's a rookie coming in, and he could be coming into, a role, like, sooner rather than later. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not spending a second on him, I don't think. I mean, maybe if in tight end premium, like a back end second. They got wide receivers instead of running backs with one of these leagues. I didn't see Javon Baker going real late. Yeah, I mean, listen, a lot of guys are dropping late. A lot of people are pushing up the running backs now into the second round, which I don't really like. Like, other than the 2 top guys, right, Brooks and Benson, like, I'm not really comfortable taking any other running back in the second round. Jalen Wright at the back end of the second round. Like, for me, I like Jalen Wright. He's my RB3 before the draft and after the draft now. Like, I like Jalen Wright. So Jalen Wright would be my next guy in Miami. I mean, what's the chances Mostert and Achane are staying healthy? I don't think those chances are very high. So for me, I like a guy like Wright, who's bigger than Achane, can handle a little bit more of the workload. And if Mostert goes down, like, Achane is probably stays in his role, and then maybe Jalen Wright takes over the Mostert role. At least that's what I think. But yeah, what do you guys think? Who's RB3, and when are you guys taking some of these RBs? Like, I just can't justify taking, like, a Corum or anybody else up in the second round. I mean, Kamani Vidal's getting a ton of is being talked about a ton right now. He's been moving up. He's been moving up draft boards. Falcons are going to the NFC title game. Yeah, I used to say the same thing when we had Kirk Cousins, but you know, when it matters, sometimes he just becomes Kirk Cousins, and it don't work. Can't complain that much. He got 180 mil. Yeah, he got 100 guaranteed. He can't, and he's coming off of the injury. Like it's not like he's healthy. We haven't seen him play yet. It's his right leg, so that's the leg that he's pushing off of, right? That's where all the power's coming from. He's a quarterback. He's not a running quarterback, so it's like it doesn't bother you a ton, but still, RG3 couldn't walk for couldn't walk right for a while. Marty says got the 102, 111, 112 and a start 10. Have Mahomes and Tua. So would you go Daniels? Or I have T. Reed, Godwin. Would you go Marvin Harrison Jr.? Oh no, I'm definitely going Marvin Harrison at the 102. And you've got Mahomes and you've got Tua. So with one of those hammer QBs like Mahomes, Josh Allen, like CJ Stroud, even like I'm okay with going light even at QB2, right? And attacking other areas because you have that top scorer. And here you got Mahomes and Tua. I mean, it's not like you've got a Lamar or you've got a rushing quarterback like an Anthony Richardson that you might be afraid and you might really want that QB3. But for me, 101 and 102 is Caleb and Marv. So yeah, I wouldn't pass up on Marv. I wouldn't pass up on Marv, especially when you have those two QBs. Like Marvin Harrison is walking into the NFL now, especially that he's officially on the Cardinals as like some people you can make the argument that he's the wide receiver one in Dynasty. Like you can make that argument. Um, I can't put him up that high yet just because guys like, Chase and CD and JJ, like these guys have had these insane like 16, 1700, 1800 yard seasons. So I can't put him over those guys yet, but he's for sure in the top 5. Like you put him right there, with Amon-Ra. Appreciate you, Derek. Smash that thumbs up. Smash that subscribe if you're new as well. Think Trey Benson takes over starting running back for James Conner. Yeah, eventually. Maybe it doesn't happen this year, but I'm sure he can carve out at least a role, or at least maybe by halfway through the season. We don't even know if James Conner is going to stay healthy. Like he's been able to stay healthy lately, but he hasn't like particularly over the course of his career. And he's getting a little older. On top of that, like they could save money by cutting him next year. So there's a chance he's not there next year and it's just Benson. So yeah, I like Benson. I like Benson over there. I don't think Cliff uses. Yeah, I mean that's why it's tough with the tight ends. Like, it's tough to spend high end capital on them because like if they don't do nothing the first year, their value just tanks. Like Michael Mayer, we spent what the 107 ish. Like same thing we're gonna do this year with Brock Bowers, and now look what happened. Like you just spent a midish to late first round pick on him, and like you could have got him way cheaper after the season or even during the season than you did with making that pick. So it's tough. Right as the Mostert replacement. Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like the community doesn't like where he landed. If he's in the mid late second, I'm smashing the draft. But yeah, absolutely. And people love Achan. People can't get over the fact that Achan, like everybody loves Achan. And then Mostert just got that 2-year, got the new contract or whatever. So, it seems like that's a crowded backfield, but those are both guys that haven't been able to stay healthy. Like any running back on the Miami team, you should probably be rostered, even if you're just getting a couple games out of them. Like we got to understand with all these running backs outside of Trey Benson and Brooks, like all we're looking for is a couple games maybe that we can start them, some spot starts where, the main starter gets injured, or maybe they're like league winners when guys get injured, right? Kyron goes down, you got Corum that takes on the workload, right? Mostert or Achan goes down, you got Jalen Wright coming in there, right? Jacobs goes down, you got Marshawn Lloyd coming in there. Draft from the 111 spot when Bo Nix. Oh shit. When Bo Nix, Roman Wilson, Ray Davis, and Laub. Trust there were 0 wide receivers left by the time my third and fourth rounders came up. Ray Davis. Okay. Nice. I like it. I like it. You got some running backs that could get playing time right off the bat. Ray Davis and Laub. The running backs are sketchy. All the running backs are sketchy. They're all just mess. They're all backups. Like you can't expect any of these guys to come in and just take over, take over the backfield. Took Jalen Wright at the 210. Yeah, I'm okay with Jalen Wright. Garendo is a tough one. I don't know because you've got a couple guys in that backfield, right? And then they also got another pass catcher as well. So that's a tough spot. But any guy on the Niners, you pretty much wanna hold on to. You need running backs in that league. Okay. Achane. Yep. I mean, listen, we try to warn people about RBs, but we try. Hold on. Let me grab my charger. Give me 1 sec. All right. My phone's about to die and I'm on Instagram. All right. Went for the guy seeing I have a real role job year one. Yeah, I mean, especially with the running backs, that's all we can expect. You can't project 3, 4, 5, 6 years down the line with these guys. These are not Saquon Barkleys. They're not Breece Halls, right? They're not Bijan Robinsons, right? They're not. Maybe you can project out a little bit, or at least we hope to for like Brooks and Benson. But other than that, at the running back position, we're just looking for guys that could carve out roles or will at least be a backup where they could get work if injuries happen. And we know every single year that injuries happen. So curious to see Caleb and Rome pair up and put that work in. Yeah, I love that. Two rookies coming in together. Who's going to be the alpha? You still got DJ Moore there, Keenan Allen, obviously in year one, but what's happening after Keenan Allen goes? Which they could probably move off of him after 1 year. So I'm hoping Kendrick can carve out a role too, but you still got Kamara there. I mean, he should be that next guy up. Like, definitely should be that next guy up. Franklin is definitely a player to watch. He's definitely a value in most drafts, but he's been flying up draft boards. Like he was going in the third continuously, and now in the last like day or so, he's moving up to as high as like I've seen him go as high as like the 2.5. Didn't get the best draft capital, but he goes to a team where there's not much other competition in the wide receiver room, and he's got his college quarterback in Bo Nix. So I love that for him. He's definitely a value in most drafts. You're getting him at the back end of the second. But like I said, he's been moving up. He's been moving up in drafts a ton. I've seen AD Mitchell move up a ton in drafts too, like early second. I'm not on board with that. He's still a back end second. For me. Yeah, Song. I know he has crazy jump. He's fast, but unfortunately, he does absolutely nothing with it. He literally that's the only problem is he has all of those intangibles, but doesn't do anything with it. So it's rough. Let me make sure I'm not on the clock in any of these leagues here. One pick away. Bro, if everybody keeps taking my guy Vidal before me, he's moving up a ton. I think Bucky's gonna get a little bit of work, but I don't know what what are they doing? Are they gonna give Bucky the pass catching work? Like or is Rashad White still gonna get, like, all of the work? Like, I thought they were gonna get, like, a running back. Like, an Estime would have been a better fit there, because then you still got Rashad White to take, the pass catching and all that third down stuff. But they got Bucky, who, like, he catches the ball just like Rashad White, so Mm. Tyrone Tracy, yep, Rasheen Ali, Florida Jordan Travis on waivers, guy like Franklin, 201 in our draft. Oh, wow. I love Franklin pre-draft. I think he was my, wide receiver 5, and then he wound up falling, so, you have to obviously adjust to that, but at the same time, like, there were so many wide receivers, so many good wide receivers that, like, did he just fall just because of how many wide receivers were there? How many wide receivers were available? How deep it was, like, but he winds up going to the good spot, so, I don't mind it, but you still have to take into consideration the draft capital. I got 3rd pick in the 1 QB, kinda shit pick. Yeah, I mean, not necessarily. I mean, you're going Odunze. It should be Marv, Neighbors, and Odunze. If you're able to get Neighbors with the bad pick, like, you never know what's gonna happen, especially in your home leagues, especially with some of these good spots like McConkey got and Worthy. Like, these guys are being drafted really high and over some other guys. Like, at first I love, like, McConkey and Worthy, um, as the next wide receivers over Odunze. But then, like, you think about it, like, all right, we're playing Dynasty. We've got to stick to our process here. We do our research on these players, and we see, the draft capital that they get, the upside that they have, and it's like Brian Thomas Jr. is still the wide receiver 4. Like, I'm not putting McConkey and Worthy over him. I don't think those guys are, like, bona fide wide receiver 1s. I think they could be wide receiver 2s. Like, their teams can add other wide receivers to that team. Like, Worthy's already playing with, they already gave Kelsey, the 2-year deal, and it's crazy how as soon as Kelsey gets the deal, now Worthy starts falling back in the mock drafts. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, but I've seen a ton of mock drafts where he fell after the Kelsey. Oh, you got 5th pick. Oh, my bad. You got 5th pick. So yeah, I mean, you're not horrible. Like, you're right there in the, in the McConkey Worthy range. You could even go, running back if you want to take Brooks that high, depending how deep the league is. So what's the earliest you take Vidal? I'll take him anywhere in the 3rd pretty much. I prefer the late 3rd, mid 3rd, like, but like, depending what wide receivers fall, like, I'll take him over all of the Brendan Rice, McMillans, Walkers, Bakers, McCaffreys. I'll take him over all those guys. Roman Wilson, it's a conversation, and then also depends on, like, what your team needs are and stuff. So, ideal spot is, like, midish to late 3rd or the 4th round if you can, if just depends on your league. I've seen him go anywhere from the late 2nd to the, late 4th, so it kinda just all depends. Good morning from the future. What up, Marco? What's goody? Nikki is cool, I swear, like a sailor and drink like a fish. All good. All good. But yeah, we got like 30 minutes or so till we start this draft. Let me see if we are even full yet. I'll throw out the now we still need some spots, so let me throw out the link in the chat, guys. Hop in. We still got like 3 more spots. But yeah, I think like there's a few big questions as far as like our rookie drafts, right? The first one is like, who are you taking at the 103, right? Is it Neighbors or is it one of the QBs? I think you can say it's more like team dependent than anything at that point, right? So which quarterback are you taking? If it's gonna be a quarterback, like, are you taking JJ McCarthy? Are you playing it safe? Or are you taking Jaden Daniels? And even Drake May, like, and how are you ranking those players? You need a quarterback, all those guys are available. We've seen a bunch of Jaden Daniels go because of the upside that he has. Like, we know he has the upside. But then I've also seen a bunch of leagues where JJ McCarthy goes before him because people just feel that it's safer. It's a safer pick. He's got the weapons around him. Second round, second pick. What wide receivers will be good to look at? If you're looking at the second round, let's see. You're looking at what? Keon Coleman-ish, Pearsall, Leggett, Franklin Polk. Like, you're starting to get into all those guys. So, I mean, Leggett has the first round draft capital. There are question marks, of course, about his profile, having only the 1 year, being an older wide receiver. And then, going to Carolina, like, you still have Deontay there. You still have Thielen there. Like, he's a little bit raw, but he was a back end first round pick. So you gotta, do you respect the capital, or do you feel more comfortable with like a Ricky Pearsall who might not be looking so pretty at least the first year? Like, what's happening with Debo? What's happening with Ayuk? Like, there's still questions there, but in the long run, I mean, next year are they signing Ayuk? They giving Ayuk the contract? Are they keeping Debo? Like, those are all questions you could think about there. Typically, that's the range. That's the range of guys that you're looking at. What minute draft is that? It's just a rookie mock. I think it's on 1 minute. I put on 1 minute because like Sleeper does like to lag sometimes, and sometimes if you put it on like 30 seconds, it's just too quick. Dumb to trade away Deshaun for Keon Coleman. Had QB depth and wanted to take shot on Allen, possibly long-term wide receiver 1. I don't love it just because it's a quarterback, right? And Deshaun Watson, like, his value's down right now. It's just not the right time necessarily to trade him. Um, but my biggest thing with Keon Coleman is like, where are they going to play him? Are they playing him at X or are they going to play him in the slot? Because like we know we've got question marks about the separation, the route running, getting off the ball on press coverage. So it's ideal that he really does play in the slot. Playing outside, like we could see issues. Like we saw with Quentin Johnson. Like he wasn't supposed to play that Mike Williams role. Like that's not what he does. So it's gonna be tough. I probably wouldn't have did it. I probably wouldn't trade a Deshaun for him. I just want more, especially as being a quarterback. Like I'd rather just wait till that value goes up. Like Deshaun wasn't that bad when he actually played the games. Problem is he didn't play a lot of the games. But I don't hate it. I mean, if you really like Keon Coleman, then and you want to take that chance, then go ahead. Especially if you got the QB depth, at least like you feel like you're not losing much. But don't just because you have depth, like don't let go of players for less than what they're worth, or don't let go of them when they're not like, at that peak, like when they're just not worth much. Just because you have the depth or the extra assets, like don't overspend. And I'm guilty at that sometimes too, where I'll just overspend to get what I want. But try not to do that. Has Odunze fallen in any of your drafts? I haven't seen him fall past the 1-8. I think that's the latest I've seen him go is the 1-8. But typically he's like the 1-7, like clockwork in almost every draft. But I've seen him go earlier. I've seen him go as early as the 104. What kind of draft is it? It's just a rookie draft. It's just a rookie mock draft. Just a mock draft with everybody. We still got one more spot left, so whoever wants to hop in, the link is in the chat. Or sequence. I like McCarthy, but he's seemingly a floor play. Yeah, he seems like he's got it. He's just a safe. Yeah, he's just very safe, and especially when we've been missing on quarterbacks. Like, I mean, obviously there's still time, but Bryce Young, like you lost a lot of value. Anthony Richardson got hurt. Like people don't want to take chances on some of these QBs anymore. So a lot of people just want to play it safe. Like, can I just play it safe? Kirk was barely a QB1 slinging the rock like crazy. Don't expect O'Connell's going to encourage him to run more than he did in college. No, I mean, can J.J. McCarthy be a QB 12 to 15-ish, 12 to 17-ish? I mean, they're going to throw the ball. Like, they are going to throw the ball. So, like, how good is McCarthy going to be? I don't know. What I do know is that we have good weapons. And even when Kirk wasn't in there, like, our quarterbacks were slinging the fucking rock, like, Dobbs, whatever good games he plays until he played like shit. But then, what's his name? Mullins was throwing for, 300, 400 yards a game also. So I think just the way the offenses run, we're going to see them throw the ball a little bit. But, like, I don't expect JJ to be more than, like, QB 12. Like, unless we get lucky, a bunch of injuries happen. And then he's like golf, maybe. He throws, like, 30 tutties, 4,000 yards. That's what at least you hope for, right? Team wasn't winning now. QBs were Caleb, JD, Russ, Minshew. Felt around and everyone response used Watson washed. Yeah. Don't want to take the chance if he looks bad or never gain a young upside feel. Yeah, I'm okay with that then. I'm okay with that. At least like you did your due diligence, right? You went around to all the managers and you tried to get more. And that was the best that you could, the best that you can get, and you just wanted to get out. So I'm good with that. As long as you did your due diligence and tried to shop around a little bit. I might go with Brooks at 5, unless Ladd is there. I need another back. My backs are Bijan, Cook, and Pacheco. I need Brooks to be my RB2. Stuff everything else with wide receivers. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with going Brooks over those other guys. Like, you got 5th pick in a 1 QB, so you expect the top 3 receivers after that. And then some kind of order of, like, Ladd and Brian Thomas Jr. and Worthy. So I'm okay with taking quarterback there. Or maybe even move back one spot. Like, who's going to be desperate for a wide receiver? Can you move back a spot so you can still get the RB and pick up some other kind of asset on top of it? So you still get your dude. Jaden Daniels and T. Higgins or Joe Burrow in a 25 top 3 second. That's tough. I mean, Joe Burrow is the proven quarterback. Like, you're taking on risk by going with Jaden Daniels and T. Higgins. Like, T. Higgins, I know, is a wide receiver that, like, the value is a little bit down right now. He's still on the Bengals. It will go up. And then Jaden Daniels, like, there's a chance his value goes down if he doesn't play well this year, right? He's still a risk. Like, Joe Burrow gives you a bona fide starter, and then you're still getting an early second on top of that. Like, I'm okay with that. I'll take the Burrow side. I'll take the Burrow side. Give me Burrow in the second. I know it's intriguing to go and take Daniels, but you still have to understand, like, it is still a risk. Joe Burrow is not a risk unless he keeps fucking getting injured. I mean, I don't know. Is he at this point? Gambled and lost, DS says. Uh-oh, here we go. Had the 201. He traded back to the 203 and picked up the 301. He wanted Ladd or Brian Thomas Jr., and they went back to back. Oh, shit. Yeah, that sucks. Because now on the clock, it is just a bunch of guys from there. Can you take my boy Penix? You got a 203. I mean, you're in the range, at least for me. You go Penix at the 2-3 because those other wide receivers, they are just guys over there. Like, we have to understand, like, not all these guys are hitting. Not all of them are hitting. There can only be 24 wide receivers in the top 24, wide receiver 1s and 2s. There can only be 24. You can go further to 36, like, and you can start naming names. I mean, how many of these guys are really gonna finish as top wide receivers or have a chance to, at least? Single QB, would you trade the 101 for JT and Romeo Doop? No, no, nope. That's Marvin Harrison. That's Marvin Harrison. Goes to a good situation. He's got a quarterback. No. You're looking at possibly the dynasty wide receiver 1, not giving him up for a running back, no. Now you wanna give me Jonathan Taylor and, like, the 102 or the 103, like, maybe that's a conversation now, where now I'm still getting Neighbors and JT, or I'm getting Odunze and JT, and that's a lot to pay, but that you have to charge. You got the 101. Dallas not taking a running back. I think they felt safe with Zeke. They didn't want to, just pick a running back for no reason. I think they always had Zeke kinda in the back pocket, like, we could always just get Zeke back. I think they really wanted Jonathan Brooks. I mean, their staff is the one that did the surgery on Jonathan Brooks, um, but they weren't able to get him. Jonathan Brooks got taken before Dallas was able to pick, and they weren't able to get their guy. So I think they're gonna throw the ball a ton too. Like, I mean, we saw how much it worked last year with CeeDee Lamb just throwing the damn ball. So I think they're gonna throw the ball a lot this year as well. CeeDee getting 200 targets, possibly, possibly. But yes, I think they're comfortable. They are comfortable with passing the ball more. Zeke knows the system. They know he can take like the workload carries in between the 20s, the first and second down work, and they still got the other guys that they can mix in. You still got the other guys they can mix in. So I'm not like as worried as maybe other people. It sucks not having like a running back you think you can depend on, but Zeke will be just fine. I mean, we saw him last year on the Patriots. Like he was still, he was still enough Zeke enough to get the job done. So like I'm okay with it. It's just better. It's a better stock for Dak. It's better stock for CD. I thought they might take a wide receiver, like, and be because I thought they were gonna, I think they're gonna pass the ball a little bit more, but just about not getting a running back. Yeah, I know, Derek. I know. But listen, the guys that they wanted, I think both Benson and Brooks went before they were able to pick. No, Benson was still there. They didn't take him, right? Benson got taken in the third, I think it was. Sorry about JT Dubes in the 208 this year, but I guess that doesn't make a difference. JT Dubes and the 208. No, 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 no. I don't care. 208 is not enough. It's a one quarterback league. No, we're not giving up Marv. You can't do that, bro. CeeDee Lamb repeating as wide receiver 1 overall, baby. Let's go. That's possible. I could see it. I could see it. I could definitely see it. He just needs a target. So are they gonna pass the ball as much as they did? Are they gonna do it again? We're finally full in the mock. We'll start that in like 10 minutes or so. But yeah, now Zeke's name's gonna be getting thrown around, right? Who's picking up Zeke in what leagues? Luke said 201 on a team. I only have and Purdy and JJM. Oh, JJ McCarthy. Okay. Penix and Nix both still here. Do I pull the trigger on one or take the best flex available? Not a deep team took it over in a rough spot. I mean, look, the value that you're getting at Penix, especially if you need with Penix, especially if you need some quarterbacks. Like the only thing I worry about is like JJ McCarthy probably doesn't start the season. Nix is going to be a starter right off the bat. Like Penix, we don't know how long that's going to take, so that's really going to be up to you and how you feel about that. Um, but if you go Nix and JJ McCarthy and Purdy, like that's a pretty solid room. Like, not crazy upside, but you have like solid guys I feel like you can probably depend on. Like Penix has a little more upside. I'm okay with going with that. Or maybe you move back, right? You said you need some help with this team, right? This team that you took over. Can we move back like one or two spots maybe? Hopefully, it doesn't happen to you like Diaz where watch Penix and Knicks go back to back and then you get none of them. Um, but yeah, see if it's possible to move back a spot or two. But yeah, I would go QB, especially if you're like in a spot where you need to fix up this team. First pick is supplemental. Oh, some thoughts on Estime. I don't know. I mean, Javante hasn't really shown us what he can do yet. So Estime's he's just like all the other guys. He's just a backup guy that maybe gets a chance if somebody goes down. He gets some kind of opportunity to give us a game, 2 games, a couple games. He's just a bigger back. Like he doesn't have much upside. Does he get goal line work? Again, somebody's got to get injured, I think, for him to really for him to make a difference. McMillan, I just had posted about him. I mean, a lot of people are pushing him down, but he got actually decent draft capital. I think it was third round that he got going to the Bucks, but they got Evans, they got Godwin, so people don't like it. And then it's Mayfield and that offense. Like, there's not enough to go around for him to be something. You still got Trey Palmer there as well, so don't forget about that. But can he carve out the wide receiver 3 role or wide receiver 4 role? Is Godwin there next year because he's on the franchise tag, right? Um, you could even say Evans as well. Like, if they have to blow shit up, if they don't win, if they have a bad season, like you just never know. But I like McMillan later. Like I'm not taking him really until probably like the fourth. Maybe a back end third. Like I'd rather take some of the running backs. Take a shot on some of the running backs almost. Who has more hope in Dynasty, Josh Reynolds or Peoples Jones? There's no hope for either of those guys in Dynasty. They're guys that maybe you can play a game or two during the season when injuries happen and they have an opportunity, but there's no Dynasty value in those particular guys. You ain't getting a second or a third or even a fourth for those guys. Braylon Allen, I mean, backup. They're good guys to have, but they're not giving you anything until somebody goes down. And if Brees Hall does go down with the other running backs that they wind up getting, the Jets, Braylon Allen's not getting like a workhorse role anyway. So can he get the first and second down work? Maybe the goal line work? Possibly. But he's just another guy, just like Estime. He's just a backup. He's just the same boat. Same boat. We're just hoping for a game or two that we can put him in, get a spot start, or maybe trade him for a pick, next year. Got offered the 207 and the 309 for that 201. Initially declined, but I do need some depth. I don't want to move that far back. I want to make the pick at the 201. I know, like, no, I'd rather make the pick at the 201, bro. Ben Sanat and Dynasty, we talked about him a little bit. Okay, I guess. I mean, rookie guy coming in, so there is some hope. But again, not taking him in the second, maybe in the third or fourth in like a heavy tight end premium, but otherwise I'm just buying somebody cheap. Give me Colby fucking Parkinson. Give me if you want to go ugly at tight end. Starting wide receivers, flex is Odunze, Brian Thomas Jr., Flowers, Smith, Higgins, Pacheco, Saquon. Those guys all start bench or scrubs. Yeah, I mean, you're starting, you're starting rookies. You have a young team, so go get the quarterbacks, man. Get the quarterbacks. Pick which one you want, Bo Nix or Michael Penix. You have to decide that. No, I'm not down tiering for the depth at the end of the second and then the third round. Like, not with who's there at the 201 still. Like, I don't want to lose that. You want to move back 1 or 2 picks because of the guys on the board, fine, but I'm not moving back 6 picks. Can you add on to that 201? Can you add a third or a player and get yourself like a 25 first? Maybe you can do that. That's an idea maybe you can run with. Let me know what you think about that. On the clock, Mr. Irrelevant, pick 12 team, start 11, best ball, Laub, Johnny Wilson, Thrash, Theo Johnson. Who you got? To best ball, that's got to be Laub, I feel like. I mean, Johnny Wilson on that offense, like there's a lot of weapons. I feel like Laub can get a role like right away with only, Zamir White there. Like he's good on special teams and he can catch the football. So I think for me, I think I like Laub, unless you want to go with Johnny Wilson. Maybe he catches a bomb or two. But for me, it's Laub. Reynolds or Peoples Jones, Marco said, yeah, I'll take neither. Neither. Might need a down tier from someone. No. All right. Cade Stover worth a flyer. Yeah, sure. I'd rather have a running back on the bench. Thoughts on Sanders? I mean, if it's tight end premium, I guess I'm okay taking him in like thirdish round, end of the third, maybe mid third. They're trying to surround Bryce with some weapons, so I don't mind that. Let me get this draft up here before I forget. Boom. Let's randomize it. Starting in a few minutes. Boom. Come on, fools. Let's draft. Yeah, let's go. We got it full finally. So start that in another minute or two. I usually start like exactly on time. We don't fuck around. Uh, is Chico Conquo worth rostering still? I mean, yeah, I guess he's a starting tight end, give or take. I need to clean my taxi squad out before the draft. I mean, if he's on your taxi squad, then no. I mean, if you've got other guys, it's not worth just holding on to him for no reason. Can you trade him away for a fourth, a third, somebody that needs a tight end? Somebody should give you something possibly if there's a tight end premium. If not, then you're definitely not holding him. DJ likes him, yeah. Would you rather have Diggs or Nico? Oh, Nico by far. We're talking dynasty here. Yeah, Nico by far. Guy at 202 showed interest. Okay. I'll work with him, not going on 207. That's a good idea. If he's showing interest, that's it. It's in the bag, bro. You just got to make it happen. Even if it's just a tiny something that you get, because you'll take either of those guys, either of those quarterbacks. Luke said, just join the Discord. Good, good. Appreciate you. Went McMillan. This the draft after the rookie left over people, vets not drafted or were cut from rosters. Okay, you just holding McMillan. All right. I like that. I just posted another running back, actually. He was undrafted, but a guy that we all kind of knew about beforehand. Dylan Johnson goes to the Titans, right? No, you got Spears and Pollard over there. Can you get that RB3 role and play if one of these guys gets injured? Still distraught over that trade. But yeah, that's crazy, Diaz. That sucks. That sucks. Traded my second for Kincaid to replace Hawkinson. Okay, turned out to be a great. Yeah, I mean, you were able to get him for a second. That's nice. That's nice. I like that. But all right, let's about to start this bad boy up. Marty starting it off at the 101. I got the 108 here. Okay. It's on my taxi. Love stashing Dylan Johnson. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And whoever's on Instagram, like if you guys want to come over to YouTube, I know it's probably going to be a lot easier to hear and see things on YouTube than it is on Instagram. The link is in my stories. It's also in my bio, so always feel free to hop over, and you can get in some of these drafts with us next time too. Marty on the clock. Marty, it looks like you're in here, bro. You thinking about the pick here? I mean, we're not trading. We're not trading. Okay, auto Marv. Caleb goes at the 1-2. See what's good with Big Trust here at the 1-3. Because the 1-1 and 1-2 should almost always definitely be some combination of Marv and Caleb. Either one, 101, 102. Like I'm okay with that depending on your roster. I'm okay with that. The 1-3 is where it gets interesting. That's where it's like, is it Jaden Daniels? Is it Neighbors? Is it JJ McCarthy for you? Big D, that's a lad. Yeah, you might get lad at the 112 there. Let's see. Luke said headed to YouTube. All right, good. Appreciate you. Come over to YouTube if you want. We've got what about 24 people through all the platforms. Appreciate everybody for watching. Let's go, Trust. Neighbors at the 1-3. McConkey at the 1-4. Oh shit! Did I not? I put Superflex fly Eagles fly. You can't take McConkey at the 1-4. Don't do that, guys. Aiden Daniels at the 1-5. Kidda's gonna go JJ McCarthy. I know Kidda. He don't fuck around. He takes the safe bets at QB. Or does he go Rome? Or maybe Drake May? Is it gonna be Kidda? He has got sniped on lad early. Is that you, Nikki? Are you an Eagles fan? I thought you were a Giants fan for some reason. That's right. My bad. I didn't specify it, Nikki, so that's my bad. I didn't specify it. Drake May goes at the 1-4. Okay, Kidda. What's Ozzy doing here? Boom. JJ McCarthy. We still got Odunze. Let's go Odunze at the 1-8. Lions, how fucking dare you? Yeah, my bad. I probably should have said it beforehand. I put in the description though. I think it says it up here somewhere. Yeah, yeah, it says Superflex up top. My bad, Nikki. Lad at 104 ain't never happening. No, no, she thought it was 1 QB, so we had a little mix up there. All good. Well, who would you have went with, Nikki, at the 1-4 in Superflex? Who would you have picked? And the Eagles are so fucking lucky. They stay be getting like all these defensive guys like falling to them in the draft. All right, so after I picked Odunze, Worthy, Bowers, and Brian Thomas came off the board. And now we're at the 112. Probably May. Okay. Okay. He's got some upside. They got him some weapons. I mean, at least he's got some weapons. He's not going through like what Mac Jones had to go through. Jonathan Brooks goes at the 112. I've seen Brooks go as high as like the 1-8. And I've seen Bo Nix fall to the second, early second in some leagues as well. So really gonna be league dependent and team dependent on where some of these guys go. So if you're getting a Bo Nix at the 201, a starter in a superflex league. Who would I pick with the 405? I mean, who's there, Marco? Who is available at the 405? Keon Coleman at the 2-2, Benson at the 2-3, Jalen Wright at the 2-4. Okay. I like it, Nikki. I dig it. And people are underestimating Jalen Wright. Like, I think people fell way too much in love with Achan. But even the Dolphins didn't feel safe. They were like, "Nah, we got to go out and get Jalen Wright." They moved up in the draft to go get him too. Ricky Pearsall, Blake Corum come off the board next. I just can't get on the Corum train this early. Like, does he get a role? Like, maybe he plays 25% of the snaps and Kyron plays like 75%. But we're gonna need a Kyron injury, and maybe we project that, right? I mean, Kyron wasn't able to stay healthy last year, so there goes Penix. Nice pick, Ozzy. I would have took Penix. That was a good pick. All right, who we going with here? See, it's just I can't take some of those running backs that this early. With Leggett on the board, back in first round, wide receiver. I'll take Leggett all the way here at the 2-8. So I'll post some wide receivers. I'll post tomorrow for the taxi squad. Then I'll post some value picks, and then I'll post like just straight up rankings, RB wide receiver, and that. McVay early round running back. Yeah, I mean could be. If you think Corum could be a 3-down guy in the NFL, then yeah, maybe. If we want to, think that because McVay has typically done that, like that is true, but they just get someone else. Like they have Kyron, they just went and got Corum. Now next year they're just gonna go and get someone else. I mean, sometimes it's just how they roll. But so Burton goes. I love the Burton pick. Troy Franklin, Polk. Polk went really late here. Actually, he's got early second draft capital, so I think that was a huge value getting Polk there. Roman Wilson, Marshawn Lloyd. I like Roman Wilson a lot, but he's probably better off in the slot, like as a slot wide receiver. I don't think he'll ever be a wide receiver one, and I can still see them go out in there and getting somebody else too. Like, can he become Deontay Johnson? Sure. That's like best case scenario, what you hope for, but is that realistically going to happen? Especially the way that they just go out and draft wide receivers. Like, I feel like they can add another guy on the outside. So you got Pickens, another guy on the other side, and then Wilson in the slot. Marshawn Lloyd, Sanat, Baker, Corley. I don't know why. Like I'm a little bit downer. I'm down on than most people on Corley, just because I feel like he's one of those gadgety kind of guys. With how old Mostert is and how brittle little tiny Achan is, right as him. Yeah, I agree, 100%, 100%, Nikki. Marco said Baker, Irving, Shipley, Estime, and Garendo, Rice, Vidal, the top 8 pick right now available. Well, of those guys, I'm going Vidal. And I'll pretty much always go running back over wide receiver in those late instances, in those late rounds. The wide receivers very rarely ever fucking pan out. But the running backs can give you those few games, can give you that good production for that little bit of time, or just give you some trade value to move them, when guys get hurt. There goes JT Sanders in the third, with Sanat going early third, Sanders mid third. Okay. See what Ozzy does here. And let's see what I do. You're getting into this range here in the third with some of these guys, McMillan, Walker, Brendan Rice, like Malik Washington is a guy I like too, but I feel like it's still kind of early right now. Like I'd rather take the running backs. None of these guys are becoming the next Puka. Like I'll tell you that right now. So for me, I mean, I would be going running back here. I'm telling you, in the third and fourth, like you want to bang out the running backs. Oh, that just automatically picked Ray Davis for me. I don't know, but I was gonna pick Ray Davis. I don't know what just happened there, but yeah, Ray Davis is definitely the guy that I would pick there. I don't know how that happened. Outside the main five and Rattler, is it worth picking up one of those QBs? No, no, it's not. Just pick them up off waivers when it happens. Struggling with who to go with fourth. Fourth pick, one QB. So, I mean, for me, it's Brian Thomas Jr. You can make the argument for McConkey. You can make the argument for Ladd. I mean, for Ladd, Jesus. You can make the argument for Ladd McConkey or for Xavier Worthy, either of those guys. I mean, if you love even Jonathan Brooks even more, I mean, you can make the argument there. If you like all of those guys and will take any of them, maybe you can trade back a couple spots. Or maybe you use that pick to tier up, add a player to that and go tier up at a position. Frank Gore, I mean, he wound up going to the Bills, but I don't know. I don't particularly like him, but again, there's not much there if you think about it. There's not much there outside of Ray Davis and Cook. So can he get an opportunity to play, especially if injuries happen? And you hear me saying that all the time, like, because that's how these guys are going to play. When injuries happen, that's when the running backs get a chance, and it happens every single year. Guys get injured. This is where, like, we're looking for the Zach Mosses, the Jerome Fords. Like, that's all we're looking for is that one season that we can get, or those few games that we can get. Now, granted, Zach Moss actually is on another team now and he's getting some play, but we're looking for any of these backup guys that could get a shot. Shipley goes, Guarendo goes. Braylon Allen. Okay. I like that pick, Cincy guy. I like that. Let's see what Raiders does here. He went Pearsall, Corley, Jaden Daniels. But yeah, Brendan Rice, I mean, there's not much talent on the Chargers, right? There's not much talent there. So again, if somebody gets injured, I mean, it's not like Quentin Johnson was doing much. I mean, you got Joshua Palmer, like now you got McConkey, and he hasn't been able to stay healthy. So does Brendan Rice get some kind of opportunity over there to play with Herbert? Malik Washington, right? I mean, Waddle wasn't able to stay healthy really all last season. He was kind of banged up. Even Tyreek Hill kept coming out of games, like grabbing his hammy. Speaking of, there goes Brendan Rice. No problem. I'll take my boy Kamani Vidal here. He goes Tracy, good pick. But yeah, Malik Washington's another guy that I particularly like. Jalen Coker down here got picked up undrafted by Carolina. Not much, not much talent in that wide receiver room either. I mean, yeah, you got Deontay and now you've got Leggett, but you got an old Adam Thielen. You've got a Jonathan Mingo who didn't do jack. There goes Frank Gore at the end there. Rasheen Ali. Good picks. Good picks, guys. Good picks. And I'm telling you, you want to take the chance on the running backs over the wide receivers, especially when it comes to this late. Took him in a couple best balls. Yeah, I mean, he's just like any of these other guys later in these rounds. You know, do injuries happen that somehow give him an opportunity? You know, an opportunity to play. I don't love taking a bunch of these running backs in best ball almost also because they're just giving you zeros every week. Thoughts on Cowing? I mean, he's on San Fran. There's a ton of guys over there. And we love Pierce Hall obviously way better. You know, can Cowing give you a few Juwan Jennings type outings? Maybe. Fucking Mingo. I know. But I don't even blame it on Mingo because it was another one of those situations, kind of like Quentin Johnston, where the team did not put him in a position to succeed. Mingo is not an outside receiver. Like he's not. And they've got him just playing outside. He wasn't that guy. He wasn't great at getting separation. He wasn't great coming off the line or in press coverage. So playing on the outside was not smart for Mingo. Like he should have been playing in the Thielen role. And you'll hear what's his name Matt Harmon talk about that as well. They just played him in the wrong spot. So are they going to continue to do that? Because Thielen's still there. Now you got Deontay too. But they did get Leggett, so they can play him outside. So maybe that pushes Mingo back to inside. I mean, I don't know. Don't know. But yeah, I mean, this was a draft. Let's see. I've been seeing Burton go early thirds, mid thirds. I've been seeing him fall a lot. So he's definitely a good value pick. Get him here at the end of the second. Troy Franklin. I can't even talk. Troy Franklin. I've seen go from anywhere from like the 2.5 to the 2.12 here. Jalen Polk is typically going early or mid second. Getting him all the way here at the 2.12. Penix getting at the 2.7. Awesome. Roman Wilson's good value, Javon Baker. And then, of course, all these running backs started coming off the board. So it's a good draft. Good draft, y'all. Would you take Corum at the 2.6 if you have Kyron? If you have Kyron, I am definitely way more inclined to take Corum in the midish second if you've got Kyron and you want to feel safe just having that backup for sure. I'm okay with that. Still a little early, but given the circumstance that you have Kyron, like I'm fine with that. Unless there's like Penix on the board still. Like I'm not taking Corum over Penix. I don't care if you have Kyron. Just kind of depends also who's there, Philip. Got sniped on Mingo last. But yeah, I mean, good draft, y'all. Let me make sure I'm not on the clock anywhere here. Shit, I am on the clock. All right. Oh, fucker took Vidal. All right. What's it gonna be? It's gonna be a running back because I'm at the 4-5 here in one league. Laub is still here, and Ali is still here. Who do you take, Laub or Ali? That's always a good question. I'm gonna take Laub just because I think he can get his ass on the field. And hopefully Ali falls to me. If not, fuck it. I'll take whoever's left at that point. Yeah. Let me check Insta. No other questions here. Appreciate. But yeah, what else you guys got? What do you want to talk about? Any other questions you have? Let me know before I get up out of here. Appreciate everybody for coming out. Of course, as always, smash the like for us. Smash that subscribe if you're new. We've got the Discord popping off as well. Let me see if I can pull up the Discord and put that link in the chat. Yeah, I'll throw the Discord link in the chat for anybody that wants to join the Discord. It's free. Join the community. We have tons of conversations there. Get advice from the community as well. The rookie questions, rookie draft questions, strategy. Like we talk a lot about that, and we split it down like into a bunch of different sections too. So it's not. So it's very clear. Like you've got one QB leagues, you've got super flex league trade, one QB league trade. So we try and break it down in the Discord pretty good. If this thing ever opens, I can send a link out. Can you rate the trade in the vacuum? Sure, Robert. What's your trade? Lad and a third for Addison. Honestly, I'd rather have Lad. Not saying that Lad is going to be better, but the perception, the rookie fever, especially right now, being nobody else on that Charger team, I feel like with Lad, you can probably get something really good. I mean, it's almost a 1-for-1. Like it's not bad at all, but I guess it's just more like lateral than anything, I feel like, Robert. It's just more of like a lateral trade. It's just you saying like, I know that Addison's going to be better than Lad. Um, so it's just kind of a conviction. It's just kind of a conviction thing there for you. But I'd use Lad to just trade up at this point. I mean, before he even plays a damn game. Eric all in a good spot with Jaceki on a 1-year deal. Yep, that's true. That's true. Listen, my deeper sleeper, and I'll post about him eventually in the next week or so. The Chiefs tight end, Wiley. Is that the next Kelsey? Does Sleeper allow you to trade your picks and players during it? Yeah, of course. Yep. There's a ton of trades going on the clock. Yep, absolutely, Nikki. Yes, you can play. Yeah, you can, Marco. You can. Feels like Josh Palmer is about to have a huge year. He's going like very underrated. Like he's a guy that's been in that offense. He knows that offense, and he's not the greatest wide receiver, but he's just okay, and he gets things done because he knows exactly where he needs to be. He knows what he needs to do. He's got a little bit of a connection with Herbert now because he's been in that offense. Like there's a world where Joshua Palmer is the leading wide receiver for the Chargers. Like that's a possibility. You split up your draft into 2 draft nights, round 1, yeah, you can pause. Well, you can't necessarily split it up, but you can pause it whenever you want. You can just straight pause the draft or stop the draft and then start it up whenever you want. So typically like at nighttime, is when they'll like pause the draft. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to log into fucking shit on my desktop here. All right, boom. Invite people. All right. Put in the link for the Discord in the chat. So hop in if you're not in. We've got, I don't even know, probably like 30 something ish people in there, but growing a little bit every day. But every time I post a link on Instagram or Facebook, like they take it down. So it doesn't stay up for long. Yeah, pause is a good idea. Yeah. But yeah, if that's all, I'm about to get up out of here. But yeah, appreciate everybody for coming out. Any questions you guys have, throw them out there real quick. But pretty much available in the Discord most of the time. If I can't get you an answer, there's usually other people in the Discord that will chime in and answer as well. Instagram is getting to be a lot with the DM. So if I don't get back to you right away, I will get back to you when I can. But I'm just getting a ton of DMs on Instagram, so it's been a little hard to keep up there. That's what we did because a lot of us work. We paused the first 2 rounds. Yeah. You can split it up however you want. It's just pausing. I'm still taking Loud. I mean, I'm probably still taking Loud. You could make the argument for him, but I don't know, bro. How much tight end premium? If it's 1.75 or 2, then yeah, maybe. That's gonna depend on your league too. Like, are they gonna value him? Yeah. All. There you go. What up, Jamie? What's good, Jamie? Rams are popping off this season. Yeah, I mean, hopefully everybody can stay healthy. I mean, they did a lot better last year than expected. I'll tell you that because we didn't think the Rams were going to be very good last year at all. All right, good, Marco. I'll see you in there, bro. Nikki said transition from Yahoo to Sleeper has been so fun. Yeah, man. Sleeper is so much better. I don't even want to even redraft. Like I don't even want to play redraft like ESPN or any of these other ones anymore. Like Sleeper is just so much easier. It's easy to control, easy to get around. Yeah, we did a mock already, Jamie. Yeah, we did a mock. All good, Jamie. Appreciate you, bro. First and Fisk, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if anybody else seen the phone call between them. That was kind of cool too, where they put him on the phone. Nia Smith is interesting. I mean, obviously there's not a lot of room, there's not a lot to go around over there, but Nia Smith is a good special teams guy. So he could find himself like just being on the roster. And then of course, as we always say, if injuries happen, maybe he gets a shot. But for like special teams purposes, especially like he should be a guy in the deepest of leagues that you can kind of stash. First and Fist, oh yeah, of course. On Yahoo, I had to write down off-season trade, manually moved them with rosters. Yeah, that's fucked up. That's just too much. Too much. There is gonna be a battle at wide receiver 3, I mean, but for the most part, that wide receiver 3 just doesn't mean jack really for fantasy purposes. Especially with Saquon there now too, where like you've got a running back that can run the football now too. Like Saquon almost becomes like the wide receiver 3 or 4. You want to count, Goddard, whatever the fuck his name is. If you want to count him too, I mean, he hasn't been able to stay healthy at all. Oh, NFL is the one of the most garbage apps that there is. It's horrible. It's horrible. Sure, Kobe Turner led the league last season in sack for rookie as well. Yeah. It's good everyone. First time to the channel. Appreciate you, Dynasty Rehab. Just about to hop off too, man. You missed the whole show. We did a rookie mock draft and everything, but appreciate you coming in, man. Appreciate you. Ding your boy. And I'm here as long as you guys are active in the chat. Like, I know we've been going for a minute now, but yeah, any questions you have, throw them out there. Throw them out there, guys. Dingy the boy, 1 QB PPR, Rome 109, Zamir White or AJ Brown and the 111. Rome, the 109, and Zamir White or AJ Brown and the 111. I mean, it's 1 QB. Like, if you want the production right now, I don't know how many starters it is. You're going to go with the hammer of AJ Brown. As much as we love Rome, if we're talking about like a 1 QB, depending how shallow it is, I mean, I'm going AJ Brown. Unless you need to rebuild, then you'll take Rome in the 109. Zamir White doesn't really matter almost in the equation. Well, you can go either way depending on the direction of your team here. But I probably prefer, AJ Brown here. Rams D line losing Donald is huge. Yeah. Yeah. Just like the Vikings, like we lost and then we picked up Turner. So yeah, I don't understand how the fucking Eagles get all of these guys falling to them in the drafts. It's like they just get like right in their lap. Like, here you go. Here's a whole new DB room with some of the best cornerbacks in the draft. Sleeper definitely is king, for sure. Appreciate you, Rehab. Come through anytime, bro. Preaching to the choir here, but totally I know, man. I know. Would you trade away Minshew for Roman Wilson in Superflex? I mean, Minshew might be a starter, like, you should be able to grab, like, a second for Minshew, like, do I wanna do it straight up? I mean, it's not horrible, like, because Roman Wilson is what, back end second, like, early third, mid third, really kinda depends on the league, but quarterback is a quarterback, like, I probably just wanna keep maybe you keep the pick for flexibility, like, so that's a tough one. I probably wanna keep Minshew or give me Roman Wilson plus, like, I need something else because it's a quarterback, so I gotta tax you for the quarterback. Wish I'd do with Zay Jones right now. I mean, you I don't wanna say drop him, but, if he see where he goes, you know? You can't do anything really. Nobody's giving you anything, so you might as well just wait it out, see what team he goes to. You can't keep getting away with this. Yeah, it's crazy. It is definitely annoying, Dummy Lettuce. All the time, they fucking get these guys. 16th overall player in Superflex. Well, if you have him that high, then, then go for it, Jamie. But just don't pay extra because you feel like because you think he's worth it. Like, pay still the market price on him. Pickens is the guy. Like, play the whole story. I probably just need a little something else. It don't have to be anything crazy, just a little something. You Roman Wilson in a third or 20, give me a 25 third. Like, go out another year. Just anything. My league was gonna become super flex until everyone noticed I have Stroud and Burrow. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Lots of rumors, Steelers in the market for a top wide receiver. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like they could add another wide receiver there. Like, Pickens is not like that alpha. He's not commanding targets like that. I mean, I like Pickens, but he's never commanded targets like that. So there is an opportunity for Roman Wilson. Like, best case scenario, he turns into, Deontay Johnson. But again, that's best case scenario. Like, we have to be somewhat realistic or at least somehow play it safe a little bit. We can't think, the best possible things for all of these guys. It's not gonna happen for all of them, you know? But yeah, awesome show, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Drop that like again if you haven't already. Smash the subscribe if you're new. Check out some of the videos on the channel, guys, as well. I've posted a few videos lately, so if you wanna check those out, all rookie draft stuff, all rookies. This way, everybody is prepared for their rookie drafts because everybody's doing rookie drafts now. Like, nobody wants to wait. We just had the NFL draft, so all rookie drafts are coming up that are either starting now, or within this week. So good luck to everybody in your rookie drafts. But appreciate y'all. Get up out of here. See y'all next week.